Hey guys, so in this video, we're going to learn about arithmetic progression, which is also known as AP, and we're also going to learn about geometric progression or GP. So, the first thing that you need to understand about an arithmetic progression is it's nothing but a sequence. For example, let's take the sequence of numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. If we observe, two consecutive terms of this sequence increase by 2. So 2 plus 2 would be 4, 4 plus 2 would be 6, 6 plus 2 would be 8, 8 plus 2 is 10. So whenever a sequence is increased or decreased by the same number, then that is called an arithmetic progression. And the way we would represent this is the term number is given as un, where n is the number of term. So for example, I want to say my first term. So u1 would be my first term. And in this series, what is the first term? u1 would be equal to 2. Now the next thing you need to know is the common difference, which is given by the letter D. So this is called the common difference. And what this represents is in a sequence when we subtract the second term from the first term or any two terms that are consecutive, then the common difference would be 4 minus 2, which is 2. And this is going to be the same thing consistent throughout each of the series. Now let's take the formula of how to find the nth term of an arithmetic progression. So un is given as u1 plus n minus 1 times d. So for example, in the above series, if I want to find the 10th term of this series, I'm going to put n as 10. So this would be u10 is equal to u1 is 2 plus 10 minus 1 times 2, which would be 2 plus 9 times 2, which is 18 plus 2 would be 20. So my 10th term of this series is 20. Now let's look at the summation formula or the sum of the series. So suppose if I wanted to add all the terms of the series, 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10. In this situation, my n value is 5. I'm adding up 5 numbers. So instead of adding them manually, we can use the sum formula. There are two sum formulas. The first one is n by 2 times u1 plus un. In this case, our n is 5, so it would be 5 by 2 times 2 plus 10, which would be 5 by 2 times 12, and that is just going to be 30. Another formula for the summation of an arithmetic series is Sn is equal to n by 2. This is when you don't know the last term of the series. So suppose we were trying to find the sum of 20 numbers instead. Then the formula would be 2u1 plus n minus 1 into d. And this is nothing but I'm putting the formula of un, the nth term formula that you learned on top, in here. So you would end up with 2u1 plus n minus 1 into d. So in this case, let's see what the sum of 20 numbers of the series is. So it would be 20 by 2 times 2 into 2 plus 20 minus 1 times 2, which is going to be 10 times 4 plus 19 times 2 is 38. So 38 plus 2, 4 would be 42. So your answer would be 420. So this is a quick summary of how arithmetic progression works. Now let's look at the geometric progression. So similar to arithmetic progression, geometric progression is where each consecutive term is multiplied by the same number. So suppose I have a series 2, 6, 18. Each consecutive term and 18 threes are 8 threes, 24 to 54. So let's take a look at this geometric series 2, 6, 18, 54. So every consecutive term, if I multiply it with 3, 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 times 3 is 54. So whenever we multiply each of the consecutive terms by the same number, then that is called a geometric progression. So similarly, here also un is the number of term and u1 in this case would be 2. Now we are introduced to another term called r, which is called the common ratio. Now, how do we figure out common ratio? So, in case of an arithmetic progression, you were subtracting two consecutive terms. In case of a geometric progression, we are going to divide two terms. So, you would do un plus 1 divided by un. Let's take 6 and 2 in this case. So, 6 by 2 would be 3. So, any two consecutive terms, if you take this un plus 1 term divided by un, you would get the common ratio, and here r is going to be equal to 3. Now, what is the formula to figure out the nth term of a geometric series? So, nth term of GP. Now, this is given by un is equal to u1 times r to the power n minus 1. So let's say in the above series I want to find out the value of u4. Then that would be u4 is equal to 2 into 3 to the power 4 minus 1, which is going to be 2 times 3 to the power 3, which is 27. So 2 into 27, which is going to be 54, which we've already kind of figured out over here. But this is how you could figure out the nth term of a geometric series. So this is the formula for an nth term of a geometric series. Now let's figure out what is the sum of n terms of a geometric series. The sum of a geometric series is given as Sn is equal to u1 into r to the power n minus 1 by r minus 1, or you can write it as u1 is equal to u1 times 1 minus r to the power n divided by r1 minus r. So if we were to add the first four terms of the series, let's find out the sum of the four terms. So u1 was 2, r is going to be 3. So 3 to the power 4 minus 1 divided by 3 minus 1. So I think the denominator and the numerator would get cancelled. So 3 to the power 4 minus 1, which is 9 nines are 81 minus 1. So the sum of the first four terms of the series is given as 80. So I hope this brief introduction video was helpful. If you like this, do like, share and subscribe this video. Thank you.